Look at these two identical living rooms. The only difference? One has ceiling lights, the other has strategically placed wall sconces. The second room appears larger, more intentional, and dramatically more upscale. Today I'm showing you exactly how to achieve this elevated look with wall lights, from hexagonal modern fixtures to statement crystal sconces that create conversation-starting focal points. Ever wondered why high-end hotels and restaurants almost always feature sculptural wall lights instead of just overhead fixtures? It's not simply about aesthetics. These establishments understand something many homeowners don't. Wall lighting creates an experience that ceiling lights alone cannot match. Let's start with animal-inspired designs. These fixtures offer a perfect blend of art and function that transforms how a room feels and operates. A feather wall light or bird-shaped sconce isn't just decorative, it fundamentally changes how light interacts with your space. Most homeowners make a critical mistake when selecting lighting. They view decorative wall fixtures as purely aesthetic choices, beautiful but ultimately optional additions. This perspective misses how these specialized lights solve specific lighting problems while adding character to otherwise flat walls. Take bird-shaped sconces, for example. These fixtures typically direct light both upward and downward simultaneously. This dual-direction illumination creates a wash of ambient light while highlighting the texture of your wall. The effect is similar to what museums use to showcase textured paintings. It reveals depth that flat overhead lighting simply cannot capture. Feather wall lights demonstrate this principle perfectly. The intricate patterns in the feather design cast complex shadows that add visual interest to plain walls. What's particularly effective about these fixtures is that they create visual texture even when turned off. During daylight hours, they serve as sculptural elements, and at night they transform into light sources that create moving patterns as you walk through the space. Swan neck designs offer different advantages. Their extended, curved necks allow for precise positioning of the light source. This makes them ideal for task lighting near reading chairs or work areas where you need focused illumination. The adjustable nature of these fixtures means you can reposition the light as needed without moving the entire fixture or rewiring anything. What sets animal-inspired wall lights apart is this combination of beauty and function. A bird sconce becomes a conversation piece while also providing the perfect reading light. A swan fixture expresses your appreciation for elegant design while simultaneously eliminating shadows from your workspace. I recently installed a series of 3 hummingbird wall sconces along a client's hallway. Before installation, the hallway was a forgettable transition space with flat white walls. After adding the fixtures, the same hallway became a gallery-like feature of the home. The birds created pools of light that drew attention to family photos, and the metallic elements in the fixtures reflected light in ways that made the narrow space feel wider. Another client used feather wall lights in their dining room. During dinner parties, they switch off the overhead chandelier and use only the wall fixtures. The soft, patterned light creates a restaurant-quality atmosphere that makes even simple meals feel special. Their guests consistently comment on how different the same room feels with just this lighting change. A particularly effective application involves placing animal-inspired fixtures near architectural features you want to highlight. A swan sconce positioned near a built-in bookshelf directs light across the book spines, turning a storage solution into a design feature. This strategic placement transforms ordinary elements into focal points. The shadow patterns these fixtures create also add movement to static spaces. As people walk through a room, they disrupt the light patterns, creating subtle shifts in illumination that make spaces feel more dynamic. This effect is impossible to achieve with ceiling fixtures alone, which tend to create static pools of light. For rooms that serve multiple purposes, animal-inspired fixtures offer practical advantages too. A bird sconce in a bedroom provides general illumination when needed, but can be dimmed for a more relaxed atmosphere. The directional nature of these fixtures means you can light specific areas without filling the entire room with brightness. What makes animal-inspired wall lights truly valuable is this triple functionality. They serve as art pieces that express personality, mood enhancers that transform atmosphere, and practical lighting solutions that address specific illumination needs. Few design elements can accomplish all 3 tasks simultaneously. In one living room makeover, we replaced 4 recessed ceiling lights with just 2 peacock-inspired wall fixtures. The homeowner was initially concerned about reduced brightness, but the strategic placement and reflective elements in the peacock design actually improved illumination where it mattered. The room now feels more intimate and intentional, with focused light on seating areas rather than wasted illumination on empty floor space. The texture these fixtures add to walls also makes rooms feel more finished. Blank walls without artwork or architectural interest immediately gain dimension when animal-inspired lighting is installed. The light itself becomes the artwork, creating visual anchors that give the eye places to rest. Animal-inspired wall lights represent just one category of wall lighting, but they demonstrate perfectly how functional elements can also be beautiful. Next, we'll shift our focus from these organic forms to examine how geometric precision creates surprisingly dramatic effects through minimalist wall lights, designs that prove sometimes the most impactful statement is the most subtle one. What if the most impactful design element in your room was also the most subtle? That's the paradox of minimalist geometric wall lights. These fixtures might not demand attention like their animal-inspired counterparts, but their effect on a space can be equally transformative. Minimalist geometric wall lights, hexagonal sconces, circular fixtures, strip lamps, create architectural interest through clean lines and precise light patterns. When properly selected and placed, these fixtures add structure and dimension to spaces without overwhelming them. They speak in a visual language of restraint and intention. While these designs appear simple, they actually require the most careful placement to achieve their full effect. A hexagonal wall light installed just a few inches too high or low can disrupt the visual harmony of an entire wall. This precision requirement explains why professional designers often favor geometric fixtures. They understand how to use these understated elements to maximum effect. Hexagonal wall lights demonstrate this principle perfectly. When illuminated, they create honeycomb shadow patterns that add subtle texture to otherwise flat walls. This shadow play transforms plain surfaces into visual points of interest without requiring additional decoration. In a minimalist space with white or neutral walls, these honeycomb patterns create depth and dimension that would otherwise be missing. I recently installed a series of hexagonal sconces in a client's dining room, spaced precisely to create interlocking shadow patterns. During dinner parties, guests frequently comment on the wall texture, not realizing it's created entirely by light and shadow rather than actual textural elements. This optical illusion adds sophistication without adding clutter. Circular wall sconces function differently, but with equally impressive results. These fixtures cast perfect light halos that frame artwork or architectural features without competing visually. Their symmetrical illumination makes them ideal companions for highlighting specific wall elements, paintings, photographs, or architectural niches, creating a gallery-like effect. In one project, we placed circular sconces on either side of a fireplace. The halos of light they cast emphasized the fireplace as the room's focal point, while also providing enough ambient illumination for evening conversations. The fixture design was so minimal that most visitors didn't even notice the sconces themselves. They simply experienced the enhanced atmosphere they created. Strip wall lamps offer yet another approach to geometric lighting. These linear fixtures provide directional light that emphasizes either height or width, depending on placement. Installed vertically, they draw the eye upward, making ceilings appear higher. Mounted horizontally, they visually expand walls, making narrow rooms feel wider. This architectural trick works because our eyes naturally follow lines of light. In a client's narrow hallway, we installed horizontal strip lamps along one wall. The linear light they cast made the space appear significantly wider without any structural changes. The fixtures themselves were barely noticeable, but their effect on the perceived dimensions of the space was dramatic. Rotatable geometric fixtures add another dimension of functionality. These adjustable lights allow illumination to be redirected as needed, highlighting seasonal decorations, accommodating furniture rearrangements, or adjusting to changing daylight patterns throughout the year. This adaptability makes them particularly valuable in multi-purpose rooms. One homeowner installed rotatable cube sconces in their home office. During the day, they direct light toward work surfaces. In the evening, they rotate the fixtures to illuminate artwork and create a more relaxed atmosphere. The same fixtures serve completely different functions without requiring additional installation or wiring. What makes geometric wall lights particularly versatile is how their clean lines complement both modern and traditional spaces. A hexagonal sconce looks appropriate in a minimalist apartment, but works equally well in a traditional home when finished in brass or bronze. This adaptability makes them safe choices for spaces that might be redecorated over time. The shadow patterns created by geometric fixtures also add movement and change throughout the day. As natural light shifts, these shadows evolve, creating subtle variations that make static spaces feel more dynamic. This ever-changing quality introduces an element of surprise that keeps rooms feeling fresh and interesting. For those concerned about visual clutter, geometric wall lights offer a perfect solution. They provide necessary illumination without competing with other design elements. In rooms with statement furniture or bold artwork, these fixtures enhance without overwhelming. They fulfill their function while allowing other elements to shine. Geometric wall lights create architectural interest and sophisticated lighting patterns while maintaining visual simplicity, making them perfect for those who want impact without visual clutter. They demonstrate that sometimes the most effective design elements are those that influence a space without dominating it. This approach to lighting reflects a broader design philosophy, that restraint often creates more impact than excess. A carefully placed hexagonal sconce can transform a wall more effectively than multiple decorative elements, creating focus and intention through simplicity rather than abundance. Now let's see how natural materials add warmth and texture through wall lighting, bringing organic elements into our homes through both form and illumination. Have you noticed how rooms with wood elements feel instantly more welcoming? What if your lighting could create that same effect? This connection to natural materials isn't just aesthetic preference, it's hardwired into our psychology. Nature-inspired wall lights tap into this response, creating spaces that feel fundamentally different from those illuminated by synthetic fixtures. Wall lights made from wood and other natural materials create a uniquely warm light quality that metal, glass, and plastic simply cannot replicate. The way light passes through and reflects off organic materials produces a softer, more inviting glow that transforms how a space feels. This difference might seem subtle until you experience it firsthand. Most lighting manufacturers default to using metal, glass, or plastic because these materials are easy to mass-produce and offer consistent results. This industrial approach misses a crucial opportunity. Our brains instinctively find comfort in natural textures and materials, a response rooted in our evolutionary history. Wood lighting activates this comfort response on both conscious and subconscious levels. Wood cube wall lights demonstrate this principle perfectly. Unlike solid metal fixtures that simply redirect light, wooden cubes filter illumination through the natural grain patterns of the wood itself. This filtering creates subtle, ever-changing shadow effects as you move through a space. The grain becomes visible in the light pattern, adding texture to walls that would otherwise remain flat and uninteresting. I installed wood cube sconces in a client's meditation room, and the difference was remarkable. The light quality shifted from stark to serene, creating an atmosphere that visibly reduced tension. The client reported that evening meditation sessions became more effective simply because the lighting created a more grounding environment. Rectangular wooden wall lights offer a different approach, combining clean modern lines with organic warmth. These fixtures often feature thin wooden slats or panels that direct light while maintaining a contemporary profile. The contrast between geometric precision and natural material creates visual interest that works particularly well in transitional spaces, rooms that blend modern and traditional elements. In a recent project, we replaced chrome bathroom sconces with rectangular wooden fixtures. The bathroom immediately felt less clinical and more spa-like, despite no other changes to the space. The wood tones complemented the existing vanity while bringing cohesion to the room's design. This simple swap transformed the space from purely functional to genuinely restorative. Flower wall sconces take inspiration directly from nature's forms. These fixtures use petal-like elements to diffuse light in soft patterns that mimic dappled sunlight through leaves. The resulting illumination creates the psychological comfort of being in nature while maintaining the convenience of controlled indoor lighting. The organic shapes cast shadows that move and shift as you pass by, adding gentle animation to static walls. Rotating eclipse lamps bring another dimension to nature-inspired lighting. These fixtures feature adjustable elements that create dramatic transitions between light and shadow. As you rotate the components, the light pattern transforms, from full illumination to partial shadow to dramatic eclipse effects. This adjustability allows you to change the room's atmosphere without installing new fixtures or complex control systems. What many homeowners don't realize about natural material lighting is how these fixtures evolve over time. Unlike synthetic materials that simply deteriorate, wood and other natural elements develop patina and character with age. A wooden wall sconce darkens slightly where light has warmed it for years. Grain patterns become more pronounced. The fixture develops a visual history that mass-produced items cannot replicate. This aging process connects directly to biophilic design principles, the concept that integrating natural elements into our built environment reduces stress and improves well-being. Nature-inspired wall lights contribute to this effect through both their materials and the light patterns they create. Studies have shown that environments with natural elements reduce cortisol levels and improve cognitive function, benefits that extend beyond mere aesthetic preference. A wood cube fixture in a workspace doesn't just illuminate tasks, it creates a more comfortable environment for sustained concentration. A flower sconce in a bedroom doesn't just provide reading light, it establishes a connection to natural rhythms that can improve sleep quality. These psychological benefits complement the practical lighting function. In open-concept homes, natural material wall lights help define different functional zones without requiring structural walls. The distinct light quality creates psychological boundaries between living, dining, and working areas while maintaining the open floor plan. This zoning effect works because our brains naturally respond to changes in light quality as signals of transition. Nature-inspired wall lights create connections to natural elements through both their materials and light patterns, reducing stress and creating more biophilic living environments. They demonstrate that lighting choices affect not just how we see our spaces, but how we feel within them. For those seeking fixtures that make even stronger visual statements while transforming light quality, let's examine how luxury wall lights with crystal elements can elevate ordinary rooms to extraordinary experiences. Why do luxury hotels invest thousands in wall lighting rather than just installing better ceiling fixtures? Next time you stay at a high-end hotel, pay attention to their lighting choices. You'll notice crystal sconces and statement wall fixtures positioned precisely throughout public spaces and guest rooms. This isn't random. It reflects a sophisticated understanding of how light shapes experience. High-end wall lights like crystal sconces create light refraction effects that cannot be achieved through any other lighting method. Unlike standard fixtures that simply emit light, crystal elements interact with light, transforming it into something entirely different. This transformation creates visual effects that ceiling fixtures, regardless of quality or price, simply cannot produce. Many homeowners assume luxury lighting is purely about appearance, that crystal fixtures are merely status symbols or decorative elements. This perspective misses how these fixtures fundamentally transform light quality throughout a space. The difference isn't just how the fixture looks, but how it changes every surface the light touches. Crystal wall sconces break light into prismatic patterns that add movement and dimension to static walls. When light passes through crystal elements, it separates into component wavelengths, creating subtle rainbow effects and light patterns that dance across surfaces. This fragmentation transforms flat, uninteresting walls into dynamic surfaces that change throughout the day as light conditions shift. I installed crystal sconces in a client's dining room that previously featured high-end but conventional fixtures. The client was initially skeptical about the significant price difference. After installation, she commented that the room felt completely different, more alive and dimensional. The walls, which hadn't changed at all, suddenly appeared to have depth and texture they previously lacked. The refractive properties of crystal elements create micro-sparkles that make rooms appear more dynamic and alive. These tiny points of brilliance catch the eye as you move through a space, creating an effect similar to sunlight reflecting off water. This subtle movement keeps spaces from feeling static or flat, adding visual interest without requiring additional decorative elements. Strategic placement of luxury fixtures creates focal points that draw the eye to architectural features worth highlighting. A crystal sconce positioned near a textured wall emphasizes that texture. The same fixture near artwork creates a museum-quality highlighting effect. This directional quality allows luxury fixtures to not just illuminate spaces, but actively shape how we perceive them. In a recent project, we placed crystal wall fixtures on either side of an ordinary doorway. The prismatic light effects transformed this functional opening into an architectural feature. guests naturally paused at the threshold, their attention drawn to an element that would have otherwise gone unnoticed. The fixtures didn't just add light, they fundamentally changed how people experienced the space. These high-end fixtures often incorporate adjustable elements that allow light direction and intensity to be customized for different activities. Many crystal sconces include articulating arms, rotating bases, or adjustable crystal elements that can be positioned precisely. This adaptability makes them particularly valuable in multi-purpose rooms that serve different functions throughout the day. One client installed adjustable crystal fixtures in their home office. During work hours, the crystals are positioned to minimize screen glare while providing sufficient task lighting. For evening entertaining, they adjust the same fixtures to create more dramatic light patterns that highlight artwork and architectural details. This flexibility eliminates the need for multiple lighting systems. Luxury wall lights maintain their impact even when not illuminated, serving as sculptural elements during daylight hours. Unlike functional fixtures that disappear visually when switched off, crystal sconces continue to catch and reflect natural light. This dual functionality, as both light sources and decorative elements, makes them particularly cost-effective despite their higher initial investment. What makes crystal wall fixtures truly transformative is their ability to change light quality itself. Standard fixtures simply provide illumination. Crystal elements fundamentally alter that light, creating dynamic, prismatic effects that make spaces feel more vibrant and sophisticated without changing any other design elements. This transformation explains why luxury hotels invest so heavily in these fixtures. They understand that light quality shapes guest experience more than almost any other single factor. In spaces where natural light is limited, crystal wall fixtures become even more valuable. Their refractive properties create the impression of movement and dynamism that mimics natural light patterns. This quality makes otherwise static, artificially lit spaces feel more natural and inviting despite the absence of windows or skylights. The positioning of crystal fixtures also matters significantly. When placed at eye level or slightly above, they create the most dramatic visual impact. This height allows the prismatic effects to be immediately visible rather than lost on ceilings or floors. The same fixture placed at different heights creates entirely different experiences. Another factor that explains why professionals typically select and position these elements. Crystal and luxury wall fixtures transform not just how a room looks, but how it feels to occupy that space. They create environments that feel more sophisticated and intentionally designed without requiring structural changes or extensive renovations. This transformative potential makes them valuable investments rather than simply expensive decorations. Now let's look at the practical side of incorporating wall lights into your existing spaces, examining how strategic placement can maximize their impact regardless of which style you choose. What if choosing the perfect wall light was as simple as answering 3 questions about your space? When I work with clients, I've found that considering room size, existing architectural features, and how you actually use the space can narrow down options quickly and prevent costly mistakes. Different wall light styles serve different functional and aesthetic purposes that go far beyond just how they look on your wall. Each type we've discussed, from animal-inspired to geometric to natural materials to luxury crystal, solves specific lighting challenges while contributing different visual elements to your space. Most homeowners make a fundamental mistake in their selection process. They choose fixtures based solely on appearance, then discover weeks later that their beautiful new lights don't provide the right type or quality of illumination for what they actually do in the room. This disconnect leads to spaces that look good in photos, but don't function well for daily life. Let's start with small spaces, where lighting choices become particularly critical. Compact rooms benefit most from minimalist geometric fixtures that don't visually protrude while still providing effective illumination. A hexagonal sconce or slim strip light adds necessary brightness without consuming precious visual space. In my client's narrow hallway, we replaced bulky traditional sconces with thin, linear fixtures that maintained the same light output while making the passage feel significantly wider. Conversely, rooms lacking architectural interest gain the most benefit from sculptural fixtures like animal-inspired or luxury crystal designs. In spaces with plain drywall and no crown molding or architectural details, a striking bird sconce or prismatic crystal fixture adds a focal point that draws attention away from the room's simplicity. These statement pieces provide the visual anchor that would otherwise require built-in features or extensive art collections. your existing color scheme should heavily influence fixture selection. Spaces with strong defined color palettes work best with natural material lights that complement rather than compete with existing colors. Wood fixtures in particular tend to act as neutrals that enhance color schemes rather than fighting against them. In a room with bold blue walls, wooden sconces provide warmth and contrast without introducing competing colors. Practical considerations matter just as much as aesthetics. High-traffic areas like hallways, entryways, and family rooms require durable fixtures with easy-to-clean surfaces. This makes metal and sealed wood options significantly more practical than fabric or paper elements that collect dust and cannot be wiped down. A white fabric sconce in a kitchen might look stunning initially, but will quickly show cooking residue and become impossible to clean effectively. Height placement varies by fixture type and room function. In living areas where people primarily sit, wall lights should be mounted lower, around 60 to 66 inches from the floor, to avoid harsh downward light that creates unflattering shadows. In hallways and transitional spaces where people stand and walk, higher placement, 72 to 78 inches, provides better general illumination without creating glare at eye level. Rooms serving multiple functions benefit most from adjustable or rotatable fixtures that can be repositioned as needed. A home office that doubles as a guest room requires lighting that can adapt between task-focused illumination and softer ambient light. Rotatable fixtures allow this flexibility without requiring multiple lighting systems or complex controls. Consider scale carefully when selecting fixtures. A common mistake involves choosing sconces that are too small for the wall space, creating a disconnected, floating appearance. As a general rule, wall fixtures should be approximately 1/4 to 1/3 the height of the wall space where they're mounted. This proportion creates visual balance while ensuring sufficient light output for the area. Spacing multiple fixtures requires equal attention. When installing several identical sconces along a hallway or living area, maintain consistent spacing between fixtures, typically 6 to 8 feet apart, depending on light output. Uneven spacing creates jarring visual rhythms that make spaces feel unbalanced and poorly planned. Don't overlook the importance of light temperature in fixture selection. Crystal fixtures tend to amplify the qualities of whatever bulb you use, making them particularly sensitive to color temperature choices. Animal-inspired and sculptural fixtures often benefit from warmer light, 2700 to 3000 Kelvin, that enhances their organic qualities, while geometric and minimalist fixtures can handle cooler tones, 3500 to 4000 Kelvin, that emphasize their clean lines. The installation height of your fixtures should also consider your ceiling height. In spaces with standard 8-foot ceilings, wall fixtures should remain in the lower range of recommended heights to maintain proportion. Rooms with higher ceilings allow for higher placement, maintaining the visual relationship between walls and ceiling. Selecting wall lights based on both function and form ensures they enhance your daily activities while also expressing your personal style, creating spaces that work as well as they look. The right fixture does more than just provide light. It solves specific illumination challenges while contributing to your overall design vision. Let's see how these principles come together in real homes, where thoughtful lighting choices transform ordinary spaces into extraordinary environments. The difference between a room that feels temporary and one that feels complete often comes down to wall lighting. These fixtures don't just illuminate spaces, they add intention. Each type we've explored solves specific lighting challenges while contributing to your room's visual story. Whether you choose the organic forms of animal-inspired designs, the clean lines of geometric fixtures, the warmth of natural materials, or the brilliance of crystal elements, the right selection from iSmartHomeGadgets.com transforms ordinary walls into focal points. Your walls are blank canvases waiting for light and shadow. The fixtures you choose will shape how you experience your space every day,